I'm very excited, I have to say. I think the moment we stepped into the United States, just the excitement and the buzz, you could feel it was palpable. Met so many Cape Verdean supporters here in the US, and they're all buzzing for our game against Spain on Monday. Like, and kicking off now today, the tournament itself. We're really looking forward to sitting down and watch it and just getting a taste for what's to come. Yeah, it's unfortunate, I have to say, that some countries had to go through that, and obviously you're seeing the story with the referee as well. It's heartbreaking for him. Like, thankfully though, we haven't experienced any of that, and everything's gone quite smoothly for us. So yeah, when we landed in the US, it was, I don't even think I had to go through the sort of baggage collection. We were straight onto a bus and taken to our hotel in Connecticut, and the baggage followed us. So like we have received some really good treatment, thankfully, and now it's not the case elsewhere. You do get the sense that the people around the hotel are buzzing, the staff, the security, are constantly asking you questions. The guy who was looking after us here in the hotel is Moroccan, and I was speaking to him. He's saying, "No, two of our players had to drop out today because of injury." Like, so they're well in tune with the tournament, and they're really looking forward to what spectacle it's going to be. Yeah, it's gone really well, I have to say. We got a tremendous send off in Lisbon, I have to say, like, from the Cape Verdean fans. And it was a great game, I suppose, to fly off to, like, beating a team like Serbia 3-0. It's gone really well. The game against Bermuda was a nice little sort of, I suppose, confidence booster as well. Like, we know it's probably different to the game that we're going to face on Monday, but it's all important just to get that confidence and I suppose that good feeling around the camp. Like, and yeah, I think the squad's in a good position at the moment. Look, yeah, that's the manager's decision. That's the question they ask for him. Like, I never take anything for granted. Like, so, we've got a few days of training before that match. Like, and I have to do everything I can to show him that I deserve to be in the team first and foremost. And then his decision is his decision. I'll be there to help the team, regardless of that. Like, but it's going to be an exciting time, regardless. To say very few people get to be at a World Cup, like, and to have this moment for, I suppose, my family and my friends, and obviously us as a group in Cape Verde. It's going to be an amazing feeling, no matter what. It's incredible. I know the story has probably got a few spins now at this stage, like, but it really is the stuff of dreams. To say, I've always wanted to be a professional footballer, and I think even the journey to get to there, like, is you have to go through probably the struggles of part time and working, and where our league was at like a few years ago to how it's developed, and I suppose how we've managed to develop as a league as well to produce players that are playing at international tournaments. You've seen the under 17s, you've seen the women's as well. Like, so it really is a story of progression, which makes me a lot happy because every day I want to try and get better as a footballer. Like, and these little steps of progression, like, where you're suppose like you're becoming a full-time footballer, you're qualifying for Europa League competitions, Conference League, Champions League, and then to become an international footballer, albeit through a social media message. And then to be at these tournaments, like, for me, it's really satisfying to show that, like, progression, because it means that, yeah, continue to try and improve every day. Look, the quality they have in their team is for everyone to see. Like, you know, I mean, they're probably the best young player in the world at the moment, and that's dazzled with stars across our team. Like, but this is what it's all about. As I say, you qualify for the best tournament we have in our sport, and you want to be playing against the best players. Like, so for me, when we drew Spain back in December, I was delighted to say these are the games you want to play in against the very, very best and test yourself. And it couldn't have been a better open game for us personally. I look, the support has been overwhelming. I say that was just staff that happened to be working on that day, like, in and around the sort of playing. Like, there was more fans in the gate, which we didn't enter, unfortunately, at that time. Like, but the Cape Verdean fans over here have really made themselves known, and they've shown, like, really genuine appreciation of just representing that country. Like, and I have to say, the support has been overwhelming. It was a bit of a mix, all right. It was mainly, I suppose, Portuguese, like, with a bit of Creole dialect thrown in, like, a sprinkle I can. I said it's 7 years now, and I need to be able to show that I picked up something. Creole is what's used, and I suppose on the pitch that's all I use. So it made me business when I joined here. I didn't want to just be like here for the football. I wanted to be here for everything. And I thought it was important that I made that effort to try and learn the language and learn the culture, and everything I could about Cape Verde. Like, so yeah, on the pitch we use Creole to communicate and meetings and all the languages around. The place is Creole, and you also have your French speakers, your Dutch speakers, and English speakers who will converse on that as well. Like, where we can, we try and speak Creole. You say day by day, you're just getting that sense of, like, right, it's only around the corner. And I think as well, yeah, with the open ceremony today, like, just realizing that we're going to be a part of this. Like our game is the first game in our stadium as well. Like so, it's going to be a great occasion. Like and as I say, these are the moments that you dream of as a footballer. So like yeah, it's a dream for every young footballer. I feel it definitely was for me. Like growing up on the road, kicking the ball around, playing the game World Cup. Like that's where you wanted to be. It really was like, and obviously, I suppose the realities maybe kick in as you get a bit older, and you realise how hard you have to work just to be a professional footballer. Never mind playing at the biggest tournaments in the world. But for me, it was something you always had to dream of. Like whether you were 18 or 28, like I was, you had to believe you could be there, and you had to dream of playing these big games. So for me, it was something that never died at me. Was it something that I expected? Probably not, but I always dreamt about it. The lads have been great to stay in touch with them. Like obviously wishing them well before the games, like and message a few of them privately as well. They give me a lot of stick at the moment about me the amount of stuff and posts on Instagram. I'm normally quite quiet on that, like so they're making the feelings heard on that, like which is great. Look, I've just sort of adapted the mentality. Like every game of football is difficult. Whether you should win the game or you shouldn't, or you're perceived like to be underdogs or favourites. Like it's still hard and still a game of football. You still have to go out there and prepare properly and give everything you have. Like and do your best to try and win the game. And we'll be adapting that mentality as well. Like that, it doesn't matter if we're underdogs or not. Like we have to try and find a way to win the game or get something out of the game and be competitive. Like and that has to be our goal, and we have to believe that we can do this as well. My wife's family and our friends sort of all organised this. I think as soon as we got drawn to America, it was always a dream of my wife to sort of travel to America by car, like or as a camper van, like, and I don't think she thought about doing it when she had a baby, like, but it's just managed to fall this way, like, and I think they're going to fly to Atlanta, maybe stay there a few nights and watch the game, and then after that they'll pick up their RV and then they'll make the journey down to Miami, stopping off in a few different spots and getting to see America, and then from there they'll make the trip to Houston again, seeing a bit more of the country before heading off after the game against Saudi Arabia. Like I don't like take this like sentiment lightly. Like I do feel like I'm representing two countries at this World Cup. Like and that's because it's a sport I felt like I think it's been saying the send off I got from the road I grew up on. Like that's something that'll stick with me forever. As I say, growing up on that road where I played football and played World Cups. And for every sort of like New Year's, birthdays, Christmas, Halloween, everyone was out on the street, and that's something that sort of died away as we started to get a bit older. Like so, to sort of bring it back to that sort of basis of everyone out there, and that was for me. That was to send me off just to wish me well. Like that really sticks with me. Like so, to have that support from families and friends from Ireland where I live, and for a country that I'm representing at World Cup in Cape Verde, it really does like give you that lift and the same motivation to perform. 2002, like you said, that was my favourite World Cup ever. I loved that Brazil squad, and they were full of stars. They're the ones who I wanted to be. I wanted to be your Ronaldos, your Rivaldos, and the Roberto Carlos's. I think they had the three Brazil jerseys with them names on it. Like, and then obviously the memories of the TV getting wheeled into the classrooms to watch Ireland versus Germany, and then I can't remember the group game we watched where Damien Duff scored. Like, but they were memories that stick for me. Like, back in the day, like in school, where we had the LVCR sets as well. Like so, yeah, 2002 was my favourite World Cup, and if this one's going to be anything half like that, it'd be amazing.